Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I like to say good morning, good afternoon or good evening depending on the time you're watching this video. I hope you guys are all doing great. So today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful dress. It's a full length dress of course, and it's going to have a cut at the lower part towards the nail where there will be the gathers attached to it. This one is going to be a free dress. It depends on what you want actually. If you want it fitted, fine, which means you're going to be adding a zipper at the back. But since it's going to be free, there's no need for that. So in this case, it's a free dress. So I have the two pieces folded together. I'll be cutting out both the back piece and the front piece together. Okay? Yeah. So for the full length of the dress I'm working with is 55. And I want it from the shoulder length to where the gathers is going to start, that's at towards the knee length will be 35. So from the top to 35 inches. So if I take that away from the full length of 55, I'm left with 20. That means 20 inches is going to be the length of my gathers for the lower part, right? Yeah, so here I have this to cut out for the upper part. So I'll go ahead and indicate the top measurements, which is going to be the shoulder line. So from this point, I will indicate the chest line, which will be at 9. Then the next will be the waistline at 17. Then the hip line at 24. Then of course, the full length of the dress, which is going to be 35. But because I'm going to be adding some allowance for the shoulder joining, and also to join it to the lower part of the dress, that's an extra 1 inch. Okay, so I'll just make it 1.5. So that's it. So I'll just go ahead and convert all this to a straight line. So starting from this top part, I'm going to be indicating the shoulder measurements. First of all, the 3 by 8 inches mark. 3 inches, 8 inches. You should be familiar with this by now. So I'll come down by 1 inch, and I'll take my slope. So the shoulder I'm working with is 15 divided by 2, that's 7.5. Okay, so if I 7.5 plus 0.5 each extra allowance, I still comes back to 8. So I'll just go ahead and connect it all. So I'll come here and mark out 8 as well, so I can get a straight line. So at this chest line, I'll put the bust measurement at 44. Divided by 4, I have 11. So remember I said it's going to be free, so I'm going to be putting an extra allowance of 3 inches. Then I'll come to the waistline, which is 40 divided by 4, that's 10, plus extra 3 inches of allowance. Then the hip line, which is 44 divided by 4, plus extra 3 inches of allowance. Then to the lower part, I'll also impute the hip measurement as well, which is 11, plus extra 3 inches of allowance. So what I will do now is just to connect these lines together. So coming here now, I'll get the armhole curve, getting the midpoint at 4, coming in by half of an inch. Just get my armhole curve here. So for my neckline, I want the neck width to be 4 inches, neck width of 4, then a neck depth of say 3.5. So I'm going to be using the same neck measurement for both the front piece and the back piece. So that's it guys, we're done. So what is left now is to cut this out. So I'll just take this out, one piece representing the back piece, so I can cut out for this front armhole. So here guys, as you can see, we're done with the cutting. You can see this is just so straightforward. The next thing I'm going to do now is to cut out the sleeve. So here, this is what I'm using to cut out the puff sleeve. And what I have here is a length of 15 inches. Okay, so I'm just going to take note of my cap size at 4. You should be familiar with this by now. In case you're not, I also have a video on how to cut out a basic sleeve. It's very detailed. You can go ahead and watch it. I have it linked in the description box. So on this line, I'm going to impute the armhole line, which is at 10. Just add extra 1 inch to it at 11. Then I'll make a slant here, which just to help me create a perfect curve for my armhole. So I'll take it from here and this way. So here the round sleeve is 13 divided by 2, that's 6.5. But of course I'm going to use everything. Okay, so I would have loved it to be more than this, but I don't have enough fabric, so I'll just work with what I have. This will still give me a little bit of puffy effect. So I'll just take it straight down. Yeah. So at the end, I'm going to be folding in 1.5 inches for my elastic casing at the lower part, right? So folding in 1.5 inches. So I'm going to insert my elastic afterward. This is just a very, very easy one. There's nothing difficult here. And also for the back piece, I just thought that I was going to reduce the back neckline as well a bit, say by 1 inch. Okay. So that's my choice. I just want to do that. So I'll go ahead and cut now. So I like to notch the center. And here guys, the sleeve is ready. So setting this aside. So for the front piece, I'm going to be cutting out a facing afterwards. You can either cut a facing or you can also save the neckline, whichever one you want. Then after that, you join the shoulders. By the time you join the shoulders, okay, say with a 1/2 inch allowance, then you can now fix in your sleeve this way. You can see this. But before then, you must have created your casing and also added your elastic, which is going to bring your sleeve together. Okay, then after that, you just sew with what 1 inches of allowance all the way straight down. So by the time you've sewn your allowance, so your outfit is almost ready. So you have it 1 inch taking it on both sides. Then you're going to measure around what you have left. Okay, so for instance, what I have here now is 29 inches here, 29 inches for the front, 29 inches for the back, for the lower part. So if I take away 1 inch on both sides, I'm going to have 27 for the front and back. So if I multiply by 2, I have 54. So this is going to give me an idea of the amount of fabric I should cut out that is going to create my gathers. Okay, so I have here 54 now, right? So which means, remember we said we're going to be cutting out 20 inches in length, but I will also add hemming allowance at the lower part and also hemming allowance to join it to this one. So about 2 inches would be okay. So if I add it to that 20 inches, I have 22 inches in length. Okay, and to get the entire length to create my gathers, all I need to do is to multiply it by 2, by 2.5 or by 3, depending on how full you want the gathers effect to be. You can even create a pleat if you want. Okay, yeah, so that is what I'm going to. So I'm going to multiply the 54 I got here. If I multiply it by 2, I have 108. So which means I'm going to be cutting out 108 long length, which is the leftover fabric I have here. I'll be cutting out 108 in a long length against 22 inches in length. That is it. So after that, I'll just create my gathers and what, fix it on this lower part. That's it, guys. So for the upper part, you can decide to play around. Okay, I just feel I'll later I'll probably add a little bit of ruffle on this upper part. Okay, so that is it, guys. This is just a very easy and a straightforward. So but from, if you want yours to be a turtleneck, let me point that out, because remember I said this is a free dress, so there's no need for zipper allowance. If you want yours to be a turtleneck like what you see on the thumbnail, what I mean is your fold for your back neckline, we use 4 inches in width and 3 inches in depth, but for the back we are going to use 1 inch in depth, then 3 inches in width. You're going to cut the neckline as if you want to put a collar. Yeah, I mean it's like a collar, right? So 3 inches in width, 1 inches in depth for the back neckline. While for the front neckline, you of course the same 3 inches in width, then 3 inches in depth for the front neckline. That is it, okay, to give you that high neck effect. Then if you want to put a collar or a bishop collar, or a band, just as you see on the thumbnail, all you need to do is, after joining your shoulder, just take the round measurements of your neck, whatever you have. After joining your shoulder, take the round measurement, then you cut out the entire piece, okay, which is going to be a bias fold, like I'll always advise. Okay, if you cut out a straight fold like this, it might not really get relaxed. A straight fold like this might not really get relaxed like what you see. So it's better you cut it in bias form, that's in triangle form. Just get a big fabric, okay, and fold it in bias form this way. Okay, once you fold it in bias form, measure the length of what you need, and it's as easy as that. You'll be able to get your cutout. So I have also a similar video on how to cut out this letter. I also link it up in the description box. You can also go ahead and just familiarize with it in case you don't understand, but it's a very easy and straightforward. So that is it, guys. Like believe it or not, we're done with this outfit. All is left now is just to join this piece together and our beautiful outfit will be ready. So we have come to the end of today's tutorial. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I appreciate you guys a lot. All my subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you, guys. And if you're new, I also welcome you. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button, okay? Remember to turn the notification bell on, because that's the only way you get notified every single time I upload my weekly videos. Thank you so much, guys. Till I see you on the next one, have a beautiful day.